Hello students, today we are discussing the topic magnetic force on a wire carrying current. Whenever the current passes through the conductor, it produces a magnetic field around it. How that can be observed? By keeping a magnetic needle near it. So magnetic needle gets deflected. It shows that there is a magnetic field around the conducting wire carrying current. If the direction of the current is reversed, the direction of the magnetic needle, deflection of the magnetic needle is also in opposite direction. So, if this is the conducting wire of some part of the length is L and current I is flowing in this direction as shown in the diagram. So, it has a magnetic field in which direction? So, that can be found out by using the right hand thumb rule, that hold the conductor in your hand just like that. If it is a conductor, current is moving in this direction, so hold the conductor in your hand so that the thumb indicates the direction of the current, then your curved fingers will give the direction of magnetic field. So this is, for this situation, this is the direction of the magnetic field, which is inwards. So this is the direction of the magnetic field. This is three-dimensional diagram. I cannot draw properly on the two-dimensional blackboard. So just for the understanding purpose, if this is the direction of the current, then this is the direction of the magnetic field, which is inside. Then if charge is moving, for simple way, if I want to understand you, if this is the magnetic field, B is the magnetic field and I is the direction of the current. This is the direction of the current I. Now suppose that here is the charge plus Q is placed. So charge is under the observations of two physical quantities, current and the magnetic field. So it will experience a force, right? So whether the charge will move in a straight line, or whether it will deflect in this direction, or whether it will deflect in this direction, that we have to find out by using Fleming's left hand rule, right? So what we have to find out? We have to find out the direction and we have to find out the magnitude of the force, right? What we are finding? What is given to you? Magnetic field is given, current is given, length of the conductor is given, and in which the charge is placed, so it will experience a force. So the theory says that whenever the charge Q or the charge is placed in a magnetic field, then it will experience a force, and that force is given by Q into V cross B, where V is by that velocity the charge moves in the magnetic field, uniform magnetic field of induction B. So it will experience a force which is given by this equation. This what theory tells us. And it is a vector quantity. So unit vector n cap. What will be the n cap? What is the direction of this force? The direction of this force we can find out using the right hand screw rule, where theta is the angle between V and B. V means what? The direction of the current. This is the direction of the current, this is the direction of the field, and this is the angle theta. If you rotate from V to B, the direction of the advancement of the tip of the screw in upward direction. So direction of the force in upward direction. And that force also we can find out by using Fleming's left hand rule. What is it? Stretch your three fingers, that is forefinger, middle finger and your thumb, such that they are mutually perpendicular to one another. Your point finger represents the direction of the field, middle finger represents the direction of the current, then thumb represents the direction of the force. Now seeing this diagram, and this is the direction of the field, that is inside into the plane. This is direction of the current and this will be the direction of the force in upward direction. So this is the force acting in upward direction. It means that if the charge is placed over here, it will experience a force. It it is not supposed to go in a straight line. It will experience a force in this direction. So this is a path. It will not a straight line. Right. So this force is exerted if the charge is placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction. It will experience a force, and that force theoretically is given by Q into V cross B, and the direction is n cap. This n cap we can find out using Fleming's left hand rule also, and by using this is the direction of the force. Right. Now what is our aim? We have to find out this theoretical equation in the form of the given quantities. Which quantities are given to us? The current is given, length of the conductor is given, and the magnetic field is given. So in this equation, velocity and charge that we want to replace in terms of the length and the given quantities. So further procedure is that if it is a vector quantity, it is written in this way, then sign product or the cross product is written as F is equal to Q into VB sin theta, where theta is the angle between V and B. Right. Now, again I will explain the diagram. Consider the length, some part of the conductor, length of the conductor is L. Current is flowing in the direction which is given in the diagram. Current I is flowing. Now we are taking a small amount of length dl. Right. In that the charge dq is here. Means what? To flow the current, the drift velocity or the electron moves in one direction, and the conventional direction is taken opposite to the direction of the electrons. So this diagram tells us that if the current is flowing in this direction, the negative charge is flowing in the opposite direction. Right. We are taking some small length of the conductor dl, and here the negative charge flows in this direction, right, opposite direction of the current. So what we are assuming now, let the positive charge dq is moving from in the direction of the current. This is our situation we are discussing. Right. So current flows means the electrons are moving with drift velocity. They are arranging themselves, they drift themselves to produce the current. So this drift velocity is given by, it is dl upon dt, where dl is the length of the conductor and dq charge plus dq charge moves in a length dl of the conductor in a time dt. Right. So this is drift velocity. Now again this equation we can write for the small length element. For the dl, the force acting is df. So df is the force acting on a small charge. dq is given by df is equal to dq into vd cross b. Same equation. Q into v cross b is written as dq is the small charge flows with the drift velocity vd cross b. Right. Now this vd we can substitute here, which is equal to dl by dt. So this equation becomes, it is equal to dq into dl by dt cross b. Again by simplifying the terms, dq upon dt in bracket dl cross b. Now this dq upon dt is what? It is the rate of change of charge. The rate of change of charge is the current. So this is I into dl by dt, dl cross b. What is this? This is the force exerted on a small charge dq on a small length element dl. What's our aim? We have to find out the entire force acting on a length L. So it is to be supposed that this one is made up of the small dl parts. Conductor is made up of the small dl parts. We add all dls and then we can find out the total force acting on the length L is given by summation of df. So this I into summation of dl cross b. So the total force acting on the entire length L of the conductor is given by this equation. I is equal I in bracket summation of dl cross b. Summation of dl is the entire length. So this is equal to I into L bar cross B bar. So this is the entire force acting in the vector form. This vector product is written in terms of the sine angle. So this is equal to force is equal to ILB sine theta into n cap. So this is the force acting on a wire placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction. This force is constant for everywhere in every position of the magnetic field and current? No. This force changes with the angle. Because current is fixed, it is constant, length of the wire is constant, magnetic field is constant, but theta changes. So we have the different cases. The angle, case 1, if the angle between L and B is 0 degree or 180 degree. Angle between L cross B is 0 means what? Length represents the vector quantity which is in the direction of current. So we will see the direction of the current and direction of the beam. So if direction of the current and direction of the beam both are in the same direction, so angle between them is 0 degree. If direction of the beam and the direction of the current is reversed, right, still the angle is 180 degree and still the sine theta is equal to 0 degree. So in case when theta is 0 degree or theta is 180 degree, sine theta equals to 0, so force equals to 0. So no force is acting on a conductor when it is placed parallel to magnetic field or anti-parallel to magnetic field. Case 2, if theta is 90 degree or 270 degree, means angle between this theta angle between the current and the magnetic field is 90 degree. Means if this is a magnetic field and this is the direction and this is the direction of the magnetic field and this is the direction of the conductor or direction of the length, right? So this angle is 90 degree. Or if it is in opposite direction, this angle is 270 degree. So if theta is 90 degree or 270 degree, then sine theta will equal to plus 1 and minus 1. For sine 90 it is plus 1. For sine 270 degree it is equal to minus 1. So force will equal to plus ILB, or ILB sine 90 is 1. So it is plus ILB, and ILB sine 270 is minus 1. So it will be minus ILB. So force is plus ILB or minus ILB. Plus ILB means it is acting in upward direction. Minus ILB, it acts in the downward direction. So plus minus sign indicates that the directions of the force are reversed. Right? So maximum force, when the maximum force will act? When the conductor is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field. And what is its magnitude? It is equal to ILB. Otherwise, this is the special cases when 0, 180 degree force is 0. For 90 degree and 270 degree, the force is the maximum, which is equal to ILB. But in between these four positions, the torque or the force will acting will equal to ILB sine theta. We have to find out this angle theta. So this is the force acting on a straight wire. If the wire is straight, then force acting is ILB sine theta. For RB prairie shaped wire, what is the force? Means the wire of any shape like this. It is not a straight one. So we have to find out the force. Again procedure is same. We will find out the same way. It is a small length element dl. Current is flowing in this direction. This is the direction of the current I. So using the right hand thumb rule, if this is the direction of the current, then the magnetic field is inward. So this is the direction of the magnetic field, which is inward. So the force will act. The force will act in which direction? Same way, using Fleming's left hand rule. If this is the direction of the current, this is the direction of the current, this is the direction of the field, the force acting in upward direction. right? So this is the direction of the force acts in upward direction on the small length area, on the small length element dl. So this is the direction of the force. So using the same equations, you can write force on the small length element, force on small length element dl is equal to df is equal to I into dl cross b. Now the total force acting on the entire wire is F, is this summation here, summation converts into the integration, because the shape is, it is the arbitrarily shaped wire, so this summation converts into integration. So this is equal to I into integration of dl cross p. So this is the force acting on arbitrarily shaped wire. For arbitrarily shaped wire. What is the force? Means the wire of any shape like this. It is not a straight one. So we have to find out the force. Again procedure is same. We will find out the same way. It is a small length element dl. Current is flowing in this direction. This is the direction of the current I. So using the right hand thumb rule, if this is the direction of the current, then the magnetic field is inward. So this is the direction of the magnetic field, which is inward. So the force will act. The force will act in which direction? Same way, using Fleming's left hand rule. If this is the direction of the current, this is the direction of the current, this is the direction of the field, the force acting in upward direction, right? So this is the direction of the force acts in upward direction on the small length area, on the small length element dl. So this is the direction of the force. So using the same equations, you can write force on the small length element, force on small length element dl is equal to df is equal to I into dl cross b. Now the total force acting on the entire wire is F, is this summation here, summation converts into the integration, because the shape is, it is the arbitrarily shaped wire, so this summation converts into integration. So this is equal to I into integration of dl cross p. So this is the force acting on arbitrarily shaped wire. So force on a closed circuit is given by, means if this wire is made up of suppose circle or rectangle or triangle or square, what will be the force exerting? So this force exerting, again the total force exerted, the procedure is same. The force exerted F is equal to I into L cross B, unit vector n cap. suppose this is a square or rectangle, there are 4 parts. So you have to add every DL for all the parts and vector sum of all this DL when you are reaching at the same point is equal to 0. So this you have to write I force is equal to I into integration of, it is called curl integration of L cross B, or curl integration of the small length DL cross B. And this curl integration is 0 because the vector sum of all the DLs, if the wire is made up of this one, every DL you have to add and the vector sum is 0 if you are reaching at the same place. So this summation of, or the curl integration of, or the integration over the closed circuit DL is always equal to 0. Therefore force acting is equal to 0, though current is not 0, magnetic field is not 0, but the force is equal to 0. Right? Current is not 0, magnetic field is not 0, but force is equal to 0. In which situation? When the wire is forming a closed loop of any shape, then force acting is always equal to 0 because the curl integration or the integration of the closed loop is always equal to 0. So these are the situations. The magnetic force acting on a straight wire, it is force given by ILB sin theta. Maximum force is when the conductor is placed by making an angle of 90 degree with the magnetic field or 270 degree with the magnetic field. Magnitude of the force is ILB. Then when the minimum force is there for the straight conductor, when the conductor is placed parallel or anti-parallel to each other, minimum force is always equal to 0. If the conductor of any shape, it is arbitrarily shaped, then you have to find out this summation converts into the integration because the continuous distribution of mass we have to find out. So summation converts into the integration. In third case, if this wire is forming some definite shape, square, rectangle, triangle or whatever, then the total force is always acting equal to 0. So force is acting is 0, but though there is a current and there is a magnetic field. Now the force is 0, then in next article we will see though the force is 0, but the torque acts on the different parts on the wire. So that we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.